and enjoy.
Can you guys hear me okay?
We're gonna go time traveling with Davey in his dreams. So yeah, good luck, corndan.
All right. So as Bro, you can unmute yourself. I think we're fine now. This is Dreamin Davey. It is, as Brosent just said, a game about a kid trying to make his way through school, and the game's pretty awesome. And bad. So we're gonna get this started here, and I'll explain as we go. Once I deal with kid aggro, we're gonna go ahead and start here. So we're gonna start in 3, 2, 1, go. All right. So Davey is another fun-filled day at school with his buddy Lumpy. And Lumpy is just a big bully, right? Wants to take his pencil, and so Davey's gotta, you gotta go take care of business, and we gotta go find that back. And so we're first level, and about half the levels in here are the medieval stage. So what we're gonna do, and they're all gonna look the same, guys. I'm really sorry. Whoever made this game literally made one big level and said all your medieval stages are gonna be here. So what we have to do is go beat up Lumpy and take our pencil back. The Great Lance, and to do that we need a sword. And so we have to go find the sword. So I've tried to sequence break without using the sword, but it doesn't work out. So we have to go get the sword. And we're going to go use the sword to go beat up Lumpy. And every medieval stage we're going to go, once again, beat up Lumpy. There are 2 other stages. There are a Wild West and medieval or ancient Greece, and we'll get to those here in a bit. So the general design of all the levels in this game is make a big giant level and put everything you need on opposite corners of the level. So you'll find that we're getting to those same corners all the time.
And occasionally give you no idea whatsoever.
Yeah, and so I make this game look reasonable, or sort of reasonable, but the game doesn't tell you anything about any of this. They say you go get that sword, and that's all they tell you. So Bad Shop is here on the couch with me, and he and I both played this in the recent Tuso Grande tournament. So he can also tell you how bad this game is. So if you guys notice, I haven't really talked about it. The Silver Knights, right? The ones that give you help, or like tips. If you run into them, they give you hourglasses, and they will, at least for the first couple of stages. And the hourglasses are almost worth going out of their way for, because they speed you up and stop all of the other enemies. So we're up here now at the end of level 1. And we're gonna face Slumper the Dark Knight. So we're gonna use this as the first use of the jump slash. So Davey has a terrible thing that A and B is jump, and so if you hold down A and hit B, it tries to use your weapon on every single frame while you jump, which is by far and away the most efficient way to kill every single boss in the game, where you can.
And by efficient, corndan means super cheese.
Oh yeah, we'll get there. There are a couple bosses that definitely don't go anywhere. So to the cutscene, we got lost in this forest. All of that, we're late to class. So now this is like his first class, and it's an art class. So we're gonna draw. And now we're in the Wild West. Now they start off by giving you, a whip. We're never gonna use it. Other than here. And so, this is another one of those examples of the game where the game is super obtuse and they don't tell you anything. The manual has one little blurb in it about you should probably go see the sheriff. And what they mean to tell you is if you don't go talk to the sheriff, you're not going anywhere. So the way every Wild West level has to go is you gotta go talk to the sheriff, then you have to go talk to Western Union to get whatever your mission is this time around. So this time around, there's a hired gunslinger hiding in the blacksmith shop. Bring him in dead or alive. Now to do that, we need a gun. So we're gonna go the gunsmith. And fortunately, our advance on our salary is exactly $12, so we'll get one shot with this. So to defeat these guys in a thing, you don't shoot them in the heart, you don't shoot them in the face. Apparently, you shoot the gun away from them. And what's that mean? You shoot your classmate. Nope. Sorry, you shoot your teacher. The classmate comes later. So far, we have stolen a pencil back from a bully and shot the teacher with a water gun. So if this keeps up, we're going to the principal. Now we're going to go back to the Greek civilization.
Davey?
Davey? I'm pretty certain... The music in this game is okay. I'm not going to call it great, but it's okay. And the graphics would be okay if this wasn't a late Nintendo game. But it's like they spent all of their effort on oh, we have a sound chip and we can actually do PCM with it, so we should.
Honestly, to me, the worst thing about this game is just how obtuse it is.
Yeah, because this game doesn't tell you anything, and we'll get to a perfect example here in a minute. So they tell you need a shield, and that's all they'll tell you. And so to go get the shield, the hint they give you is that there's these gold men. These gold men look the same as those red guys, with just a different recolor. The same sprite. And so your first thought is, and let me tell you from experience, your first thought is, you know, that's a bad guy. So what's the first thing you do? You shoot him with an arrow. Well, you shoot him with an arrow, he becomes a bad guy.
It's very upset.
And then you never get your shield. And you need that shield to go through everything else. You'll see me menuing there because you can only hold 10 apples. I've been picking up apples, and apples are health. So you want to pick up as many apples as you can. We're going to go fight the Cyclops here in a minute. And the Cyclops is probably the most RNG boss in the game. Sometimes he's really easy, sometimes he's not. And it all comes down to like getting the perfect distance from him before he mows you down. And so we'll see how it goes. So sometimes I'll use them all, sometimes I won't. They do carry over to the next Greek level. So this right here is why you need the shield. And I died here, and that's fine. Fortunately, when you die, it lets you keep all your stuff.
Spear guy is a giant jerk.
Oh yeah, and so the spear guy and the arrow guys later, and your arrows all kind of work under the same idea. You can only have one thing on a time. One arrow, one spear, one anything like that on the screen at a time. So if you get too close, like I did there, they just like rapid fire it, and you can't block fast enough. So the best way to go about this is there's kind of like this like perfect area that you can kind of hit him a lot, and then you know you kind of have to step back. Otherwise, he will basically kill you.
Also, I'd just like to point out that, pardon me, but the game literally just told us to go to hell.
The game did tell us to go to hell. So this is the point. So now we have stolen a pencil from a bully that was probably ours to begin with. We have shot a teacher in the face with a water gun, and now we just tried to poke our classmate's eye out. So now
in our defense, she has giant eyes.
She does. So now the evil Morgalla exiles Sir Davey. So now we're going back to.
She has giant eyes.
She does. Medieval level.
So now
this will all
the
look
evil
familiar.
Morgalla exiles Sir Davey. So now we're going back.
We're basically going to the same location. So this particular level, we're going to go
Morgalla exiles Sir Davey.
And to do that, we need to go through some magical sewers, and so that's what we're going to do now. And then we're going to go back exactly to that beeping sound you have is the most annoying creature in the game. It's this bat, and the bat like doesn't despawn. So that bat could be anywhere on this map, just sitting there beeping.
The bat like doesn't.
So we're going to skip getting the speed up from this guy here because we're going to get it on the way back, because otherwise you waste like half of it. So here is our gold ring. Now, to deal with the gold ring, guess what? We have to go fight Lumpy again. And we're done. That's how cheesy jump slashes are. And in some cases, how necessary they are. And if you can hear in the background, my son even thinks this is funny. So this is not just only cutscene percent, this is now kid percent. Honestly, I think he's offering better commentary than I am. Oh, that may be. So, we're going to get to a couple of levels. And the next level in here, I think, is the one that stumped Bad Shop during Kuso Grande. It definitely stumped me for a while. And it is so bad, even the kid doesn't want to hear it. Doesn't want to know about it. So now we have Excalibur. And Excalibur it's a ruler. But now this leads to... We're going to go see the principal. There we go, the best face that Davey can make in this entire game. Bummer. So, now it's hard to pay attention, and all of this, things are bad, right? Like, everything is bad. So back when he was our age and all that fun stuff. So, we're going to hell. And if for people who saw, the Gauntlet last night, this is the exact same level. I'm sorry, Slow Beef, if you're watching this. I'm gonna be honest. I think any of you / us who went to the principal in elementary school, we kind of maybe thought it was like going to hell. So, you know. So, one of the things that here is there are these like random puddles in this. So we have the fair. Because we got the coin by beating a tree. Don't ask me why that this is the case. And now we're going to hell. And so there are 3 things in hell that you're supposed to get to leave. A spear, a cap, and a bow. We're not going to go get the cap. We are going to go get the spear. You don't need it to get through this level, because you can kill the skeletons, but it has better reach, and so the next time we come back to one of these levels, we're going to use it. So you see me doing a lot of these like jump slashes, and that's basically because I don't want to stand potentially in puddles, and I've got the route set up so it's not really a problem, but there's still a couple of them that it can be, and it wastes a lot of time. The puddles, if you get completely sucked in the puddles, it takes you back to the start of hell. And then you gotta ride the boat again, and it's not fun.
At least the game didn't be like, haha, you paid the coins, go get new ones.
Yeah, and so, I mean, I'll give the game credit for trying, like, to understand that you did, in fact, do all these things. But, you know, it's not good, and the game doesn't tell you the coin, so if you didn't go grab that coin right away, it would have put you back in that starting area. You'd be like, what's going on?
And you would just wander forever, because until you got lucky enough to swing at the right tree, you're just like,
I mean, and you can tell us all about that, can't you? So, we're gonna make use of that jump slash and everything to basically get in front of Cerberus like this. And because when you're up this close, the head on the left can't hit you, and when you jump up and fire like that, because you can fire multiple arrows a jump, because there's never an arrow actually on screen, you can just cheese Cerberus. Now the way you're supposed to do it is get the cap, which kind of makes you invincible, and then shoot your bow a lot. But this way is a lot faster, and I don't think I could even do it the normal way anymore. So now, be gone and never return. Right, Principal doesn't like us. You know, just now, what do you think of that? You know, now it is, I believe it's lunchtime.
Corndan, I do believe you just gave us the official catchphrase of Big Bad Game-a-thon. It's not good.
Look, it's not good, guys. So
also,
now,
sorry.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say that doing that fight the legitimate, quote-unquote, way is actually significantly harder.
Yeah. So that's what's there's some stuff I don't think I could do not speed strats anymore because the speed strat is legitimately easier than playing it.
So I'm out of here.
Yeah, Davey's got so many good quotables. So this time, now if you notice, we got the longer sword because now we have like a ruler instead of things. So now we're gonna go basically fight Lumpy again, right? I mean, what we've hit him twice already so far. Once for sure, the other one's kind of implied. And now we're gonna go fight him again. This is actually the quickest level in the game because all you have to do is go to the Winterland. Now, notice I'm not grabbing the hourglasses anymore because at this point in time they're actually not hourglasses anymore. Now they're invincibility, which is fine, except you actually move faster than most of the enemies do, so you can just like run away. So, there is a guy in here that Bad Chop and I affectionately love because he owns himself. He fires something and kills himself every time you come in here. We're gonna be back in the Winterlands here one last time. Seriously, watch for it. He'll be on the right side of your screen, and he will just like we'll get here and he'll just kill himself. Like he either knows what's coming, or something. I don't really know. So now we're gonna go up here and fight Lumpy again, and Sir Lumpus, the Darkest Night. And so the whole goal is you want to get behind his shield, and so literally you sit up here and jump slash, and it'll put you behind him, and then you know 1 second later he's dead. So he pleads for mercy. What say you, Sir Davey? Mercy or no mercy? I'll actually let chat decide, or you know I'll let Bad Chop decide because Bad Chop had to sit through all this.
That's okay. I'm gonna give you the right answer.
Well, the right answer is mercy, but you know I hit not mercy, and then you get yelled at for it.
Nothing actually happens. You just get scolded.
You just get scolded. Oh no! So the difference is, if we give him mercy, there is a difference. If we give him mercy, you get to see him get his face punched in.
Oh yeah.
Instead, we got detention. So
wait. So, okay, like you said, if you give him mercy, you blacken his eye, like, horribly.
Yeah, and
what does
it looks
he do
like
if you say no mercy?
You
like actually stab him?
I don't know, but you got detention for it, whatever it was. So, I highly recommend playing this to go check it out, just for that. For the demonstration here of just how fast the jump slash attacks, listen to this, I'm only ever going to do it once. So, I have no ammo, you can hear it click. Here's what happens when you jump. It literally tries to fire like every frame or every other frame. That's how fast we attack. So anyway, we're going to go to Western Union, except we're actually going to go make a side quest first, because Western Union's going to tell us that there are robbers in the bank. And so instead, we need money to go deal with the robbers in the bank. And so we're going to go to the rather large house with young women outside of town. Make of that what you will. This is PG-13. And so, you look glum. Do you need help? Yes, indeed. And that brown, she'll give you an Indian relic. That brown or whatever, like, that's not my capture card being bad. That's actually the game. So even set up well, it's ugly. But she gave us this nice Indian relic that we're going to take to the trading post and sell for $25. So, Amazing Toaster, yes, you are supposed to read that, and it says, "So, are you feeling glum? Can I help out?"
Everybody knows the cure for glumness is an Indian relic that you go
as it reads for people, you look kind of glum, handsome, can I help? And then A is yes indeed, B is a last no. So, then maybe this Indian relic will help you. So you can get 2 Indian relics, it'll get us $50.
I'd love to know whose idea it was to put black text on what looks like a dark green / brown background.
I don't know. Alright, so now we got our money. we're gonna go to Western Union. We gotta go to the bank. Before we gotta go to the bank, we need a gun. Our current gun doesn't cut it. So we're gonna get the gun we use for the whole rest of the thing, the shotgun, and then everything else we do, we're gonna spend all the money on bullets. Because you might need them. I'm certain it's overly excessive.
I think the last time I played this, I picked up a couple of extra things completely by accident, and wound up with a number of extra bullets as a result.
Yeah, right. Killing snakes gets you $2. Killing guys, those green things you see on the ground, sometimes the guys, like that is like nuggets of gold or something, and 4 of those sell for $1.
I'll tell you all this, when Corndan and I raced this initially, I thought that you had to kill the bank robbers with dynamite.
And dynamite is $20 a piece. Yes.
Needless to say, I never got past this level. But it's okay, because neither did Corndan.
Oh, not by a long shot. Alright, so we went to the bank. They still took our gold. Now, if you're a bank robber and you've already been busted in your hideout, where's the first place you're going to go back to? Is it your old hideout?
Of course.
Of course. So, one of the reasons we need the shotgun is because there's 2 guys in a row there. And you can't kill them with the 1-shot pistol. So, you need something with 2 shots or greater. So, take that lunch money, steal my lunch money. So, let's see here. We have now stolen a pencil back from a bully. Shot 1 teacher. Tried to poke out our classmate's eye. It happened off screen, but you can't see it. But we punched a bully in the face and gave him this mean black eye. And now we've shot the principal.
Principal's pretty chill about it, though.
Principal is super chill about it. So, what's in the gross lunchbox? We're gonna go find out. So, Belaya, this one is actually resolved on screen if we'd made the other choice. So, now we're back in ancient Greece, and for those of you who have seen, read and know your history, know the thing of Perseus and Medusa, and so that's what we're gonna go do. And I hope you know all of this, because the game doesn't tell you all of anything of what you need. And so what you need is a new shield that we're not gonna go get. You need, let's see, we'll spend some of those because a couple of those get show back up. And you need this bag, right? This bag, and all it tells you when you get it is this bag will ease your heavy burden. What they don't tell you is you have to have that bag, because otherwise you can go kill Medusa, like legitimately go kill Medusa. Medusa's head's sitting on the ground, and then you die. Like anytime you touch it. So you have to have that bag, and you have to have these sandals. And the sandals transport you across this dream if you know the right place.
Unfortunately, I can't offer too much on this part of the game because I never got to it.
But we're very quickly going to approach the most broken boss in the entire game. So that jump slash is going to become the most broken thing here. We're going to go fight Medusa and her 2 sisters, Sthanos and Euryale. And you're supposed to do it with the bow. Instead, we're gonna, that spear that we went and said, we'll just deal with it later, you need the extra reach here. And so you literally just jump up, and then they die. And then on to Medusa.
That Medusa got a 2-shot.
And then you go grab the head. So if you don't have the bag, that head kills you. So if you tell this guy your task is not complete, he just sends you back out. So you need to be done, and he gives you a thing to Pandora's box. Now we're going to go to the most annoying level in the game. You remember that spear guy from the first Greek level? There's a whole bunch of them in here, and legitimately the only way to kill him is to reflect the spears back at him. And so just like your bow, where you can only have the number of spears on screen as there's only one spear on screen at a time, the goal is to keep them at a sufficient distance to that you have enough time to get your shield out. Your shield takes a number of frames. I remember counting once, I think it's like 7 or 8. That
can you... Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was just wondering, can you hose yourself in this section if you go the wrong way?
I don't think so. It's been a long time since I've...
drop extra sandals.
Yeah. And I'm trying to figure out, to be all honest with you, like, how Davey, you know, like, does he just, like, forget his sandals there? Because they're clearly still on his feet. Why do I need to go get, like, 15 pairs of them?
The jumping on the surface is just really hard on his feet, okay? He's gotta have new shoes every time. Or something.
Alright, so now we're at the end. We're gonna go get Pandora's box. It actually, yes indeed, or alas no, it actually doesn't matter what you pick. I'm gonna pick no because it adds an extra scene of the principal making you open it anyway.
Illusion of choice.
So illusion of choice, it's totally gross. Now be a good boy, open your box. And it's flies.
Wow.
Worse, it's fly larvae.
It is.
Oops.
Awesome.
So the only difference between the two, there's some like epic music if you say open it. So
I just love the principal's frown there.
yeah, now
I'm out of here.
so now we're off to go find something. We are completely done with no more ancient Greece. So this is the final medieval level. And you'll see me go crazy and out of my way to kill one guy. They're the little thieves, they come in 2 colors, pink, which you can safely ignore, and gray. And if the gray ones run into you, they can steal things. Now, I haven't been trying to get items or anything, so the first thing they steal is your sword. And I need the extra length on and damage off of Excalibur to defeat the boss in here. Otherwise, it's this very quickly becomes showcase percent. And that has happened, you know, before.
I mean, at least we can just pretend it was showcase percent the whole time. It'll be fun.
That's most of this run, because remember, Big Bad Game-a-thon, it's not good, trademark. So, occasionally, and this level's the worst about it, occasionally you get stuck. So we had to go all the way back to where we got that very first sword to get a grappling hook, so that we could go to Winterland.
Don't you do it, thief.
The pink ones don't matter. The pink ones will run up to you and try to capture you. It's that guy that I just, you know, ran past.
Oh, that's right. I was definitely paying attention. Haha.
Haha. So, as a chat, yeah, they just straight up steal Excalibur. Once it's out of the sword, must not be a problem. Watch out for the guy who owns himself. Is he not gonna own? There we go, he killed himself just as he was getting off screen. Tired of his life already.
I like to think that he's just a novice with his fireballs, so he doesn't know what he's doing yet.
Could be. I don't know. Looks like an aged wizard. He should know, right?
Maybe he picked up wizardry too late in life to be a master at it at this point.
It's quite possible. Now we're gonna go up to the castle, and if you think that this sprite pattern looks familiar just with a different color, you would be right. And this sprite pattern has the same problem as the one in Hell. You land on this and you land in a puddle, and it takes you back to the start of the level. Fortunately, the start of the level here is not the big level here. It's literally starting here, and we need to go basically most of the way there anyway, so it's not the end of the world. So the goal of what you're supposed to do in here, that we're not going to do, is you go get this key, and you're supposed to like kill all these guys that you fight. They all drop like spears and stuff, and you're supposed to get a whole bunch of them, and use that to kill the dragon we're going to go fight. Surprise, there's a dragon, because that sort of thing is in the medieval world. We're going to switch here to the one time in the whole game you're going to use the lance. And this is going to be a little risky, but it's fun. So the lance only goes forward, so when he jumps like that, usually you can catch him when he goes to jump. Oh, he killed me. So we're going past estimate now. Bummer. Sorry, guys. So you only get 2 lives, and you have to continue. So we'll hurry up and do this again. So those gray guys, all you have to do is hit them once, and then they turn into red guys, and then it doesn't matter. Yeah, bummer, man. So because I have 2 lives here, I'll try that again this time around. With the way it works, what it does is, if you get the right distance right, you can actually just keep poking Lumpy in the back, or the Skeleton Knight, or whatever he is. And he just stays like suspended in the air, and then he dies.
That's what Lumpy's face looks like now, as a result of whatever happened off screen.
You know what? It probably is Lumpy. I'm with that.
We do get to see the guy blow himself up again.
Yeah, you know, Suicide Enemy is the unsung hero of this run. Let's call him Lenny. So, we do get to see Lenny again. Lenny's a cool guy. You know, doesn't want us to hurt ourselves. So he'll just do it for us. So I haven't really gone through to show off any of the like special weapons. So maybe I'll do it when we get here after you know, Lenny goes through to off himself. And he offed himself pretty early this time around. So you get a couple options. That first one that I'm firing is a bunch of fireballs. It's 3 fireballs wide. We also have some spears and some regular fireballs. So in both of those do the same thing.
Fireball's so good.
It's pretty powerful, but mostly what'll happen is you'll use it accidentally, is the best way of looking at it, because you'll get them, like here, and then you're doing all your jump slashes, and then for whatever reason you'll have one equipped, and you'll just like hit the ground, and it'll be like, oh, you're using a fireball.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, B inputs, goody.
Yeah, yeah,
Thankfully, it also doesn't hurt anything if you accidentally use like the throwable spears or the fireball or anything like that, because you don't ever need those things. They're just extra.
Well, so the one play, if you were to do this like casually, right? You would use them against the dragon that we're coming up against, and that's pretty much the only place. And you might use them like the pistol in the Wild West levels is a B item and not an A item.
That one you would be sad about using too many extras.
So that right there is what happens when you hit a puddle. So we'll go back to the spear. We'll give one more shot.
That doesn't take a life when that happens, right? You just get teleported backwards.
Yeah. But that takes a life when you land on it, so we'll actually do it legitimately.
He's being a jerk today.
Yeah, we'll give it one.
Then again, you did carve off his face, apparently, so...
Yeah, clearly the difference is if you punch Lumpy in the face, he clearly just locks up when you come at him again. But since that happened off screen, it may or may not have happened. But so the reason the spear works is because the sword has extra animation frames that are backwards. So we'll heal ourselves.
He's being a giant jerk today. Goodness, Lumpy,
this is
come
like
on.
the worst it's been in a long time. You know, I would say this has never happened to me before, but it totally has. So now we'll go on to the dragon. You're supposed to do this, right? We're supposed to go in and go like fire like that, but screw it. We're gonna go swing our sword. And Almacia, yes, you can. So one of the values of having Excalibur is that if you're flying around, you got like bats and stuff coming up against you. You do it. Now, see, that took a lot longer. And so let's recap everything here real quick before we resolve the final level. We have stolen back a pencil, shot our teacher, tried to poke out one of our classmates' eyes out, punched a guy in the face, and now stolen a trophy out of the trophy case.
Davey might be a hooligan.
Yep. So, we're now late. Where have we been? Well, we were helping the principal. So, we're going through the Wild West. We're gonna fall asleep because Davey's a jerk. We need to go talk to the sheriff again. And we need to go talk to Western Union. If you thought Davey was a little obtuse before, at least they sort of gave you clues before to what's going on. Here there's OK Corral. We don't know where it is, but you have to come to this house right here. Gabe never tells you anything. And this woman goes, take this key. You might need this key. And she's absolutely right, you need this key. So now we're going to take the money left over we have, and we are going to buy a 6-shot that we're never going to use. I'm not even going to buy ammo for it. And we're going to go buy more shotgun shells that I legitimately don't need, but Davey likes to hoard ammo.
I feel like Crash Cat has asked a very prevalent question, or relevant question rather, and that is what the hell is even happening?
And the answer is nobody knows.
Nobody knows, and it gets more confusing looking as you progress through this level.
And so now we're back in hell. Don't ask me why. Nobody knows. And instead of fighting those guys, it's literally hold right to win. And see, even Hades has no idea what the hell's going on.
I didn't notice that there were enemy cowboys in Hades, by the way. In this part of Hades.
That funeral home, that's why you have to have the key. So if you don't catch them early on, like I have been and kind of stun locking them, they go run around and it's a big pain in the butt. So the Clantons are holed up in the Harwood house. And we're gonna go there right now. So you gotta kill one, we gotta get two, and there's the third. And that, guys, is Dreamin Davey.
Yeah. Also, there's nothing at all to indicate that this is Harwood House, unless there's something on the sign up there that I never noticed.
Oh no, there's nothing there.
So you just get to guess.
You just get to guess. So thanks you guys for letting me run this. You know, I know we went a little bit over because we sat on cutscenes a little long, let people decide, and then I died. So
it's fine. It's Davey.
Yeah. With that, we can step it on to the next runner, and you guys all have a good evening. I'll just be sitting in chat anyway.
Davey.
Oh, I forgot the rest of the cutscenes. Whatever. You wake him up. Has he been paying attention? Because I haven't been.
Davey never wakes up. This is canon.
I basically would like that, yes. So...
Whenever you're ready, I can go ahead and take over the host.
Yeah, go for it.